Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to Citizen Live at 1. I am Terry Ann Chibet. Now, Kenya has the fourth highest HIV prevalence rate in the world. By 2013, 1.6 million Kenyans were living with the virus, 13,000 of those children aged under 13. A report released by the Ministry of Health and prepared by the National AIDS Control Council and the National AIDS and STI Control Program puts the number of new infections at 88,620, a figure which has reduced from 95,000 in the year 2007. Now, according to the report, Homa Bay County leads in the number of new infections, where about 12,300 people were infected with HIV last year. Kisumu has the second highest prevalence rate, standing at about 12.5% of new infections, Siaya with 11.9%, and Migori at 8.2%. Wajir has the least number of new infections, with only 2 reported incidents in 2013. Now, an internal consultative meeting of political leaders from the National Alliance is currently underway at a hotel in Nairobi. The closed-door meeting is expected to iron out a common stand on, among other issues, the governor's push for a referendum. Party officials have warned of unspecified consequences against party members who will be seen to support the push for the referendum. Jackie Maribe now joins us live to give us the details. Jackie, of course, we understand it is a closed-door meeting. Have you managed to gather any information about what's going on behind those closed doors? Jackie, if you can hear me, of course we understand it is a closed-door meeting. I can see Chairman of TNA Party there, Johnson Sakaja, approaching our cameras. I understand Jackie Maribe is set to speak to him about the closed-door meeting. Jackie, over to you.
Exactly, Terry Ann, and we are joining you live from the Weston Hotel here in Nairobi, where the National Alliance Party is currently holding a parliamentary group meeting. It was a meeting called of governors, senators, members of parliament from TNA, and also representatives of MCAs. And now we're joined by party chairman Johnson Sakaja. Sakaja, welcome to Citizen Live at 1. And first thing first, we do understand that one of the issues that you are discussing is the push for the referendum, and you are going to take a common stand on that.
Yes, that is one of the issues we're discussing as a party. We realize that it's important for us as a party to consult within us. We have had certain people either lambasting our governors, saying they're not towing the party line or somebody else is not towing a line, but the party has not yet been able to sit down and consult on those issues. So we're discussing, we're going through what are the legal issues surrounding it, what are the political issues, are there issues we would like addressed, and then we will have a party position. Our party position is not the opinion of Sakaja or the opinion of any individual. It is a position that is consultative, which is why we are meeting to discuss. And we will come out with a well-considered position on the referendum.
However, already, Sakaja, there have been some threats to governors specifically to abandon the push for the referendum. And, of course, one of the issues is that this push by governors is being merged with that of court. And, of course, there should be a distinct clarification that these two issues are different. But there have been warnings of unspecified consequences if they continue to push with this call for referendum.
There has been no single threat from the leadership of the parties, from the leadership of the Jubilee Coalition. The threats that could have been there or that we have had are from individuals, which is why I'm saying a party position is not an individual's position. A political party is a party, it's an institution where we have different organs. Right now, the meeting we're having is a meeting of the National Governing Council. We have our governors, we have senators, we have members of the National Assembly, we have leadership of the MCS caucus. That is a body which then can issue a threat. But if an individual decides to threaten another leader like him, I think that is not TNA language. That we've had in other parties, but that is not how we speak in TNA. In TNA, we consult, we believe in democracy. And that is why we're all here together. All our governors have come and we're discussing. So that we come out with a position. What is the best thing for this country? We have had our party leaders speaking on the issue. We have had the deputy president speaking. Even as Jubilee, naturally for us, we're saying, ordinarily, we want to focus on work. We want to focus on development. We don't think it is time to go into an election frenzy. But also, let us consider, could there be things as well that we want addressed, etc. If is this something that is already on a conveyor belt that is moving? Are there concerns that our members are having? What is a unified position? Those are things that as leaders we must provide leadership, which is why I called all of those members to be here for us to give this country a way forward. So far, there's only been a lot of heat, but no light. And we want to give direction and leadership to this country with respect to this issue.
But also notably, Mr. Chair, we've noticed that there are no senators attending this meeting. Is there a specific reason for that? Have you been sent apologies and saying what exactly?
As you know, the Senate is on recess, and many of them have traveled, but we've received apologies, and many are saying that they're also on the way. But we feel we're still fully constituted as a parliamentary group and as a governing council. Many of them saying that they received the messages late, others are still on their way coming. Yeah. All
right, we are also joined by Murang'a Governor Mwangi wa Iria. Welcome to Citizen Live at 1. Just handing that. Bwana Governor, there again have been, as I am asking the chairman, calls to governors to abandon the push for a referendum, of course being touted as undermining the president and his authority. What is your view on that?
Well, I think, those calls have come from individuals, and individuals are free to say what they want. But I think as Jubilee governors, what we want is a reasoned out sort of a platform. And that's why we are here today, speaking together with our parties so that we can all gain a position. And I think the discussion has been ongoing, and the root side of this discussion is that when it takes a political dimension, that's when it becomes truly infectious. So, and that's our position as governors, and even as myself as a governor of Murang'a, because I have a mandate to deliver development projects for the people of Murang'a. And everybody wants resources. And I think even the national government, even the president himself has not denied that people want resources. But the whole issue is when the issue gets politicized, it therefore gets spoiled. And I think that's why the point of departure sometimes come in. This issue of people, this information is going through that Jubilee governors have been given warnings. I think those warnings are coming from individuals. But the position of the party has not come out. And that's why we are here as a TNA, as a party, so that we all discuss and agree to take a position which is for the good of everyone.
Only Embu Governor Martin Ombora has been the vocal voice of dissent against this push for a referendum. Now, we have seen TNA governors coming in here. We do understand that there is expected also to be a meeting of URP so that there can be a collective Jubilee position. But so far from your meeting, what is the indication that you're going to have?
Well, I don't think I need to talk about an indication because it's a process, but I think we all seem to be in a platform whereby we don't want politics to play the center stage as far as this question is concerned. Because when it's politicized, then it becomes a completely different ballgame. And I think that's the position which we are taking. And as a party, I think we are sitting to discuss, to evaluate all the possible options and possibilities, but also with a view of making sure that we safeguard development, because when politics come and takes over the game, then development stalls. So the issue of the rhetorics about it, I think as governors, we've not played the political side of it, and I don't think it is smart to play the political side of it without taking a party position. And I think this is the most important meeting that I've ever attended, because we are meeting with our colleague MPs, we are meeting our colleague senators, and colleagues MCAs, leadership from various areas, so that we can all be able to take a position. And the other thing then is that as a party, we also have a party leader, and I don't think it would be prudent for us to embarrass our party leader. I mean, the party leader has taken a position, and I think we should all sit and discuss and this issue of trying to come out in divergent positions to a party leader. That would also spoil the party in the first place.
That is also one of the issues now that is being said to inform a likely position that you will be embarrassing your party leader.
And that's why we are coming together. Because you see, the party leader has stated a position. We are the operatives of the party, and therefore we must come together and see how best we need to communicate that position. But and us as governors and as Jubilee governors, I think we stand very clear and very firm that when the whole thing is politicized and it becomes a cold Jubilee thing, then we are not going to be counted in. And
As TNA governors, do you feel intimidated to take a certain position?
not really, because nobody intimidated me to vie through TNA tickets. I mean, this is my party, and I think this is the occasion which was missing. Nobody can intimidate me because I'm an independent member. But we, as a party, we must take a common, solid position, which is for the good of the party and for the good of our people. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That is Mwangi Wairia, Muranga Governor. All governors from the National Alliance are currently in this meeting. As I had earlier mentioned, senators are away from this meeting, but we do have some members of parliament also attending. And Terry, and we will be able to give you that common stand that they will be announcing after this meeting here at the Weston in Nairobi. Terry.
Thank you very much, Jackie Maribe, for that update on the TNA Parliamentary Group meeting. Well, let's now go back to our top story of the day, where Kenya has the fourth highest HIV prevalence rate in the world. By 2013, 1.6 million Kenyans were living with the virus. 13,000 of those are children aged under 13. Now, a report released by the Ministry of Health and prepared by the National AIDS Control Council and the National AIDS and STI Control Program puts the number of new infections at 88,620, a figure which has reduced from 95,000 in 2007. Now, according to the report, Homa Bay County leads in the number of new infections, where about 12,300 people were infected with HIV last year. Kisumu has the second highest prevalence rate, standing at about 12.5% of new infections. Siaya with 11.9% and Migori at 8.2%. Wajir has the least number of new infections, with only 2 reported incidents in 2013.
New infections annually are higher than the number of people we are enrolling on treatment. That is simply unsustainable. We cannot sustain that in terms of even a care and treatment program. When we think about the fact that for every individual treatment you're talking about almost $118 a year, then it means that every year we are looking at an additional 100,000 people that require those costs.
Say that the threshold of CD4 is the third package. And we will have to focus that in my initial station about it, but how to be observed when goes about food adaptation having 60,000 trains for the other things. But what I say was that life is crisis. So we have to stay to really even to see the life of one person. That's exactly what we have to do.
Now, the Kenya University Students' Organization has called on the government to assist Kenyans injured during terror attacks to access medical attention. Led by their patron, Stephen Bogo, the student leader said most of those injured during the attacks cannot afford to get medical treatment since most of them are from poor backgrounds. The student leaders were speaking after visiting a terror attack victim, Bila Wanjiru, who lost her husband and sustained serious injuries after a blast on a bus along Thika Road in May this year. The student leaders donated 300,000 shillings to help Wanjiru undergo treatment.
Wageni wenye wamekuja kuniona wakuso waludisia sukulani juu singefikiria kuna mtu anaweza toka na jia kuja niangalie.
The government should make sure that the news of tomorrow they have today. We are not ready to deal on postmortem issues like this. We should react on issues immediately and solve this problem. Because without security, with these issues of insecurity, there is no peace, there is no development, there is no progress in the country. The government is strong. Kenyan citizens should be given the right security to ensure that by the end of the day, at least they can get something to make them move and something to eat.
Now, the National Authority for the Campaign Against Drug and Alcohol Abuse, NACADA, has, in partnership with other stakeholders, started a program to rehabilitate alcohol addicts in Nandi County. Led by NACADA North Rift Regional Manager Ruth Rubia, the team organized a multi-sectoral meeting that discussed the problem of alcohol addiction in the county, as well as the recent deaths of 15 people attributed to the consumption of illicit liquor.
In a meeting that took place in Kapsabet Municipal Hall, NACADA officials and other stakeholders educated locals, especially youths, on dangers of alcohol addiction. The issue has been given more prominence in the county following the recent deaths of 15 people after they allegedly consumed illicit liquor.
We have rolled out a program where in 240 villages in our county, our youth are going to be engaged. We distributed both and all the necessary accessories to go into activities that will engage our youth.
Sasa si wakati wa kuambiana, ni wakati wa kusema kila mtu aplay their role. Play your role where knowing that you are serving the people and that you are responsible for the lives of these people.
According to MCS President, an alcohol bill has already been drafted and will be discussed in the county assembly soon. Those who break the law will be slapped with hefty fines and risk facing long jail sentence. The Kenya Revenue Authority and other law enforcement agencies have been asked to play their role in dealing with the counterfeit alcohol dealers.
And we also want the government chemists to really be aware and be on their toes, because this is an institution that we also need so that we can work together. And also the KRA, a very important institution that we needed them, so that they can also give us the list of the people that are actually supposed to be doing what is happening in this particular area.
Excessive alcoholism was also blamed for the increase in cases of school dropouts in the county. Morgan Mweke, Citizen, live at 1.
6 ODM members of parliament have expressed their displeasure with the way the party's leadership is handling divergent opinion. The MPs, largely from the Western Kenya region, have faulted the party for questioning Budalangi lawmaker Ababu Namwamba's loyalty and branding him a Jubilee coalition mole. The MPs claim party leader Raila Odinga was being misled by his close allies and senior party members, among them Senators James Orengo, Otieno Kajwang and Anyang' Nyong'o, and demanded the immediate convening of a National Delegates Conference to elect new officials. The MPs have also threatened to withdraw their support for the Okoa Kenya referendum bid if the ODM leadership will continue branding members with contrary opinion.
Tunaunga Mheshimiwa Ababu Namwamba mkono kwa yale yote aliyoongea. Na ninaomba watu wote wa ODM wasiwe na wasiwasi, tukae chini tutengeneze nyumba yetu.
Chama cha ODM ni muhimu kikamilishe uchaguzi wake wa viongozi wake wa kitaifa ambao ulitibuka Kasarani, na kwamba ni muhimu kabla hatujaenda kwa majukumu mengine tuweze kusafisha nyumba yetu.
2 people are receiving medical treatment at the Moi Hospital in Voi after they were involved in a tragic road accident at Kasarani area along Mombasa-Nairobi Highway. The truck driver and his turnboy got injured after their truck overturned this morning. According to the turnboy, residents near the scene looted 1,000 jerrycans of oil before police officers managed to secure the area. They were heading to Sudan from Mombasa. Voi Sub-County Police Boss Joshua Lutukai confirmed the incident, adding that one suspect is being held at Voi Police and will be arraigned in court this afternoon.
Watu wasijaribu kukimbilia hapo, wakiona lori na mafuta imeanguka na wanakimbia. Hiyo ni hatari kwa maisha yao na kwa maisha ya wenye lori.
Now, several owners of structures allegedly built on road reserves and public land in Kitengela town have opposed the ongoing demolition of the structures by the county government. They have labelled the exercise as inhumane and destructive. Hassan Farah now reports.
For many structure owners, the pain was too much to bear and the scene unfolding too painful to watch. As the excavators continued pulling down their businesses and rental houses in Kitengela town, the agitated lot tried to block the excavators and bulldozers by all means, stalling the exercise time and again. A group of armed police officers, however, ensured the exercise went on uninterrupted. Some owners of these buildings on road reserves say the land was allocated to them by the government surveyors and their structures approved by the then county council.
Justice is not there because if we had justice, justice has to begin from the very start to the very end. Now this is the end. You see this? There is no justice. If we had justice, nothing like this would have happened.
Local chiefs and former political leaders were among those who could only watch helplessly as their structures came tumbling down. Kajiado Roads County Executive Dickson Tikoisa says the exercise will go on as planned.
Ama ni mwezi, iwe ni mwaka, lazima hizo nyumba ziondoke. Na hiyo ni kwa sababu ya manufaa ya wakaaji wa Kajiado.
Hassan Farah, Citizen Live at 1.
For many years, a human-elephant conflict has been a headache to both the Kenya Wildlife Service and residents of Mwakoma village in Taita Taveta. But after years of intensive research, scientists now say that the African bee is what will bring peace to this village sandwiched between two national parks. That's the Tsavo West and the Tsavo East that are home to hundreds of elephants. Alex Kubasu visited the research station located in Voi, where he met the brains behind this innovation. Here's his report.
The aftermath of the prolonged human-elephant conflict. Farmers across the world counting losses of hundreds of thousands of shillings worth of food crop destroyed by the jumbos. But here in this village of Mwakoma in Taita Taveta County, sandwiched between Tsavo West and Tsavo East National Parks that host hundreds of elephants, is a product of 8 years of research on the behavior of elephants in relation to bees that many experts say will be a game changer in controlling elephants.
We found elephants, if they hear bee sounds, they see bees, they run away. So we've used that natural behavior of elephant fear of bees to create a natural fence system around small farms in Kenya.
Elephants' behavioral experiments demonstrate that not only do elephants run away from bee sounds, but they also have an alarm call that alerts family members to retreat from a possible bee threat. The Elephant Bee Project that was initiated sometime in 2006 through the Save the Elephants Foundation in Samburu has now set its base here in Taita Taveta County. The project, headed by Dr. Lucy King, a British national, has successfully erected beehive fences for 14 farmers based on the proximity of their farms to the national park.
We're not trying to protect every single farm, we're just protecting the farms on the front line of the elephant crop base. So it's like a long, thin line of individual farms between Tsavo East and the Shambas. And those are the farms we're concentrating on. And we're really trying to expand the project now.
Given the fact that an elephant-proof farm needs about 24 good-quality Langstroth beehives, Dr. King explains that due to the cost implications of 5,000 Kenya shillings apiece, dummy hives are co-opted to mimic the real hives. The hive fences are strategically located around the farm based on the commonly used routes by the elephants to invade the farms. The 24 hives are then interconnected throughout the farm so that in case an intruding jumbo tries to cross over to the crops, the massive contact of the jumbos and the steel wire shakes up all the hives that in turn activates the bees, the whizzing sounds effectively repelling the animals. Although bees get less active at night and in very cold surroundings, a behavioral trait that could limit the use of a beehive fence, since most elephants invade farms at night. The constant buzzing of bees fanning their wings from fully occupied hives at night gives elephants enough warning to stay away. Furthermore, species of both Asian and African bees have been observed foraging successfully on moonlit nights.
Some farmers are using traditional beehives instead, which are almost free. Some farmers have beehives already up in their trees, they already have bee projects, so we definitely encourage farmers to use the bees that they already have in the beehives.
The freely issued natural beehive fence has other sweet returns to the farmers.
Once we've donated the beehives belong to the farmer. So then we go back to the farmer and say, if you'd like to sell us the honey, we'll buy it from you at a very good price. We buy it at 200 shillings a kilo, which is above other prices in the market.
Hezlan Zumu, whose farm was among the 14 constituting a pilot project attesting to the blessing that is the Elephant's Bees Project.
Nilikuwa napata kama gunia 40 hivi sasa, lakini kutoka hapo nilikuwa napata gunia 10, 4.
Beehive fencing, according to Dr. King, shall however remain just an additional tool to the other ones already in the toolbox, including the use of electric fence, use of buffer zones, firecrackers, dogs, watchtowers, drums, concentrated chili extract burnt in dung briquettes, sprayed or pasted onto string fences, among others.
This conservation effort of beehive fencing could not have come at a better time for residents living on the edge of the Southern National Parks. The conservation effort the lead researcher has indicated to us hopes to be expanded to other parts of the country in order to curb human-wildlife conflict.
We're tackling human-wildlife conflict at the grassroots level, but it still needs to be dealt with at the government level. We need government ministers to start protecting corridors, stopping farms coming into those corridors and causing the conflict in the first place.
Farmers in the toolbox of various deterrents are advised to combine or use the methods in a rotating manner in order to have a greater effect than relying on any one method alone.
Now, a 12-year-old boy is recuperating at the Meru Level 5 hospital after suffering serious injuries when a gang of boys from a different village attempted to forcibly circumcise him. The group of 15 boys are said to have attempted to force him to undergo the traditional rite of passage without even consulting his parents. Eunice Mai tells us more.
The 12-year-old Class 7 pupil at Kimieri Primary School in Tigania, West County, is nursing a fractured leg and arm after he was allegedly beaten up by rowdy boys for allegedly refusing to undergo the traditional cut.
Vijana walikuja nyumbani wakasema wanataka kuongea na mimi, wakaniambia tutoke pale, wakanibeba wakanipeleka kwa shamba.
The boy's father said he received information about the attack from neighbors who rescued the boy.
Ndio nyumbani nikakuta ya kwamba ni kweli kijana ako kichakani na analia. Nilikuta watu wengi sana majirani ambao waliniambia vijana wametoka.
Confirming the incident, the Tigania West OCPD Moses Jegon condemned the incident, saying no one has a right to force another to undergo any rite of passage against their will.
And I would like to warn other members of the public who want to maybe force boys, especially during the school holidays, who want to force boys to undergo circumcision, but it is illegal. They are not supposed to be forced. Boys are not supposed to be forced to undergo right that one is not willing to.
The boy is receiving treatment at the Meru Level 5 hospital. Eunice Mai for Citizen Live at 1.
Well, Citizen Live at 1 takes a short break now. We'll be back with more after the break. Don't go too far. Welcome back. You're watching Citizen Live at 1. Let's now look at Malta's economy. Now, the cost of food prices should begin to decline from next year as the government puts more arable land and irrigation. The Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries, Felix Koskei, has singled out the Galana Kulalu irrigation scheme as a project that could change the course of the country's food security. Koskei said this earlier today during the signing of a contract for the construction of a dam that will sit on 10,000 acres of the Galana Kulal scheme. The dam will be built by an Israeli firm, Green Arava. The construction of the dam is expected to cost 14 billion shillings and is scheduled to begin in a month's time. Meanwhile, Koskei has confirmed that drought-stricken counties in the country had at least 400,000 bags of maize as of July 31st this year.
Say even 80 bags per acre. You can see how it is. Currently, we are talking about 8 bags to 15. And the cost of production is very high, and that is why it translates to high cost of food, commodities. So we are seeing it coming down, but how down, we will let you know when we see the effect, the cost of production in as far as leveraging on technology in modern farming, because we shall now borrow the technology and make sure that the
1 million acres is done in a way that it will mirror the goat farm.
Well, let's now move across borders to Nigeria, where an application designed by a Nigerian firm is enabling women to calculate the value as brides using criteria such as beauty and education to judge a bride's worth. Now, once users have completed a detailed questionnaire, the phrase, "the elders are consulting," appears and the final price is given. But the creators of the app, who say it's meant to be humorous, have been criticized for taking lightly, deeply rooted cultural practices and objectifying women.
This is Lola's big day. Lola's female relatives are helping put finishing touches to her traditional Yoruba wedding dress. They add a necklace and finally a head wrap to match, a required accessory for brides from southwest Nigeria. As part of the celebrations, Lola dances with her friends as she makes her way to meet the groom. Many people in Nigeria still follow their traditional customs when it comes to big ceremonies like weddings, but they also blend the old with the new. An important cultural practice that has been passed down from generation to generation is the exchange of dowry between the two families. Ahead of her wedding, Lola tried to use a new app that calculates your worth as a bride.
I tried doing it once and I felt this is not how it's calculated. Because obviously when they asked for my own list, we didn't put all those we went to school into consideration, or it's just a traditional thing where what they have been doing since right from time, bring all the yam or but I just feel the bride app is just a game.
Lola may not have given the Bride Price app a positive review, but it generated over 4 million hits from 56 countries where it was at first launched 3 months ago. The app was created here in Anakale, a digital agency located in a suburb in Lagos, Nigeria's bustling commercial capital. Users answer a series of questions ranging from skin color, height, and weight to leg shape. The Bride Price app has, however, courted controversy since its inception. For the category of skin color, popular Kenyan actress Lupita Nyong'o's complexion is valued at close to 27,000 shillings, while whitenicious, in quotes, referring to users who use bleaching creams, are deducted about the same amount. It has been criticized for use of terms such as half-caste and for its use of racial demarcations. But according to Edith Efyong, the Bride Price app is merely meant to be humorous and not meant to be taken seriously.
It's an inside joke by Africans for Africans, right? And the concept of bride price is not being sold. But for someone who's not used to who's never paid a bride price into the culture, like, oh my God, it's such a barbaric culture. We're just, so we expected this. We at the strategy session, we expected there would be negative comments from people outside of the country, and we had a reaction prepared for that. We also did have a petition to take down the app, and also a petition against the petition to take down the app. So we thought, okay, we'll just see where it goes. And we did consider, actively consider if this got a bit of traction, a lot of traction, then we would consider making changes or taking it off. But it did not really take off.
Back at Lola's wedding, the groom and his friends are participating in another age-old tradition. They're lying prostrate before their elders in a symbolic act of humility to ask for their blessings. Despite the controversy around the Bride Price app, Popula believes traditions such as the payment of dowry will continue and should be embraced if they're not used to marginalize women.
I think it's tradition, and it's just trying to tell the parent that I actually appreciate this. And in the Yoruba context of it, they are just trying to tell you that, okay, my daughter, I can't just give you for free. You have to pay me something. But now we modernize it, and just like you see, it's basically, in quotes, what I've seen. When you give them the dowry, they return it back to you most of the time. But some might. But some of them refer that I'm not selling my daughter to you.
Still, according to gender activist Joanne Okorududu, the Bride Price app and traditional practices like dowry marginalize and objectify women.
I think I will advise young girls to say no. We don't want to be sold.
And then if they actually love each other, they can arrange, and talk to the parents and see how this whole bride price thing should, we need to stop it, really. And then the advice to parents is that you're not selling your child. Do it. I mean, you can take, a token to say, okay, this is our tradition. This is a token, the orgy, which is the kola nut, this, that, and put 2 naira, 1 naira as a symbol, but not, I heard some people even ask for Rolex, car.
But for the young couple who just got married, the elders have indeed spoken. Leaving the debates behind for now, it's clear that for them it's the sentiment of togetherness and joy that their marriage symbolizes that's important.
Who would have thought that there is a thin line between bride price and technology? Well, let's move on to Martis Forex now. The Kenya shilling slid further to the US dollar during an opening of today's trading session, marked by heavy demand for the US dollar by the banking, oil, and telecom sectors. At the start of trading, commercial banks quoted the shilling at 88 shillings and 22 cents buying, 88 shillings and 38 cents selling to the US dollar. The shilling has been weakening over the past few weeks owing to what traders say is a scarcity of dollar inflows. Foreign earnings from Kenya's weekly tea auction have been subdued, and tourism earnings have also fallen to a trickle as a result of travel advisories from the West. But the local unit gained ground to trade at 117 shillings and 45 cents buying, 117 shillings and 70 cents to the euro, and 146 shillings and 51 cents buying, 146 shillings and 82 cents to the sterling pound. Originally, the home unit remained unchanged. The Tanzanian unit to exchange at 18.80 buying, 18.95 selling, but gained 16 cents to the Ugandan shilling to trade at 29.58 cents and 29 shillings and 75 cents selling. Michael, I wonder what you think about bride price. There's a story there about Dial a Bride Price, and it's an application. You put my name on my phone, and if I'm in that like the pizza, my rates go up.
I just checked yours.
I'm not going to ask you about where I stand.
I'm just saying, I just checked yours.
And
the moment I started reading, I downloaded the application. It's here.
So the elders are still consulting. The elders are still consulting.
Right,
the days that,
So you know what yours is.
I'm out of the market, so I guess that's fine.
Okay. Before the bulletin started, you were in the market. Now you're out.
No.
Fair enough. Now, let's get into sports. You remember yesterday we spoke about the third place medal?
Yes.
The bronze medal match.
Yes, for Chipukisi.
Yes, for Chipukisi. We lost it.
Oh, dear.
Details coming after the break.